Greetings, greetings. Welcome to Kiy NY007. Hey there. Hope all is well. All is well here. So it's a Saturday stream for me. Came on to talk. There's been a lot going on politically too. Getting right into it. There's a lot going on with Black women politicians. It's been very interesting. Bad things. So I wanted to get into some of that. We just had an arrest done this week out of Pennsylvania. Tania Fernandes. I want to talk about that. Also more drama with Tiffany Henyard as well. So we got a lot of that going on too. And yeah. So, all right. Busy today. So that's what we got going on with that. Some other things too. Real meanings behind deja vu. Starting to look into that. So I want to talk about our brains and how they work and just what's going on. Tomorrow I will be doing my chocolate Sundays like I do weekly. Hopefully you can tune in for that. Yeah, so be some things going on, some good things going on. And yeah, so I just want to be live and direct. Also, greetings, live and direct. I should take my little hoodie off sometime. Uh, yeah, so I want to say that, and I'm gonna have to reflect on the last live stream that I did. I had some unruly racist people coming in. They were all white Caucasian. Also a black person that I identify as a coon. That's somebody that doesn't like being black and caters to another race that oppresses them. We ain't impressed. But my disappointment mostly, to be honest, is I expect that from certain groups because that's how you guys just are. It's in history. It's going on now. What I noticed though is a lot of black people aren't speaking up. I was attacked on my last live stream. I was heavily attacked. And shout out to the one, possibly two people that did come through and noticed and said, yeah, fucking pride, said, she dropped the link though for y'all. You know, all the back and forth and stuff, but she definitely dropped the link for y'all. Come on up, you know. Things like that. So I'm very disappointed. I started to put it in the title. You only have so much room for your titles because I would have had to put in there too my disappointment with black people, the black sector on YouTube. Are there great people on here doing good things for the people? Yeah, probably. But we're not seeing enough of them. So I'm letting y'all know that it's disappointing because it just shows y'all got a fear. Y'all scared. Y'all scared. It ain't time to be scared. Y'all so scared that that's why we have sundown towns. Come on. All these black folks on this planet, which have always and always will overpopulate other races, y'all don't know how to speak up against people attacking other black people. You run and hide, and I know y'all was listening because on my last video, I got about maybe 10,000 views, and very little people came in like, wow, she is speaking the truth. What's the problem? Or any pushback, right? So that lets me know too that there's still so much work to be done. And there's those of us that are up for the task and always have been. Things I talk about on my channel have to do with the community, energy, spiritual things like that, and things to do with intimacy, specifically sexuality. These are my high points because I could take you there. I can teach you things. I can also just have an open discussion with y'all. But at the same time, it's going to be a point where I'm going to start calling black folks out because y'all not stepping up. You see these individuals, and you can look at my last live stream. It started out just fine. I was showing stuff from Trump and what they're saying about his assassination attempts. But at the same time, it's like y'all is over there just letting people just say anything because you're showing that you have a fear. And what some people do is they run to the other side because they think they're not going to get hurt. No, it's the other side that's oppressing you. So you make it make sense. You try to make it make sense. So anyway, I'm Kiy of Kiy NY, and What's up? Hope you're having a good day. Let's see. Get a little copy-free music in the background. So not that one. What I'm going to do is just show some highlights from Tiffany Henyard. She's going down too. So this is has to do with political corruption. And matter of fact, I'll adjust the title too in a moment. What I'm going to do is start off by showing some video footage and of that. And for Sunday, I'll have some good conversation to go over the true meaning of Christmas, because it appears that we have had it all wrong. I have Pastor Jennings to help with that. So I'll show some footage from him. And Carson, what's his name? Billy Carson. He talks a lot about science and things to do with outer space, which I'm into. So people have been challenging him on what he says about Christianity too. So basically what I want to do is have a thing going on where we're talking spirituality versus science. I'm not even gonna say versus. Spirituality and science and things like that, and how it can come together and how it's different, and try to figure out what we need to know moving forward. What I'm gonna do is start off with a video that I did. It's about Tiffany Henyard. She's been spiraling out of control, but we'll see what's going on with her. Actually, I'll do that in a minute. In most recent news, we have Tania Fernandes, and she is out of Boston. She's a Boston city councilor, and she just got arrested. So I want to show what's been going on with that. And y'all can feel free to give y'all take. I'll give a brief on her first so we know who we're even talking about. So let me get that up. Greetings. It is an open platform. Never scared. But I just ask y'all to at least try to have home training, and, you know, be respectful as you speak if you're going to come through my channel. All right. This is where are we at? Tania Fernandes Anderson. Let me go up some. She's a counselor in Boston, and she's been arrested Friday. So was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. She was just arrested on federal public corruption charges and is accused of taking $7,000 in kickbacks. According to an indictment, Fernandes Anderson is charged with wire fraud. So she was accused of meeting in the bathroom with someone at City Hall, someone that's related to her, that she paid extra money to as a bonus, but just so she could get some of the money. So I'm going to show the information that they have on her. Now she's going to say what she can't comment on and this and that and this and that, but we're listening, but we're going to move right on into what we can comment on.
I cannot comment on the case itself. I cannot comment on it at all. I cannot comment on it at all. I cannot comment on it at all.
We are hearing from Boston City Councilor Tania Fernandes Anderson in the wake of reports that she is the subject of a federal investigation. NBC 10 political reporter Matt Pritchard is at City Hall. Matt, what did the councilor have to say? We just heard no comment.
Yeah, I was going to say, JC, you heard a lot of what Councilor Tania Fernandes Anderson had to say earlier today to the press. But of course, while she said no comment, she also committed to keep working for her constituents in District 7 as all this plays her out in the background. A return to City Hall following reports of a federal investigation. District 7 Councilor Tania Fernandes Anderson is allegedly the subject of that probe, speaking out for the first time ahead of Wednesday's City Council meeting.
You know what this is. You know I'm not able to comment. You know why.
Councilor, there were conflicting reports about whether maybe federal agents had actually come to your office. Can you sort of clear that up? Can you confirm that happened?
You're asking, even though I said I cannot comment.
I just want to get it right. I want the reporting to be correct.
I cannot comment. And don't know.
Can you say why you can't comment? Have you been asked?
Details are scarce, including what specifically investigators may be looking into.
The government has the right to investigate information that it has that a crime may or may not have been committed. And that's really the step we're in right now.
Boston city officials staying tight-lipped as well.
I'm not going to speculate.
I can speculate. I mean, you were on city council at one point in your life, probably dealt with controversy during that time. Any advice to the council
council on how they move forward?
I think we have to let the facts unfold.
Now, many on the council unwilling to weigh in on whether this will impact their work. Council President Ruth Z. Louijean said in a statement that, quote, the work of the council will proceed without disruption, but District 2 Councilor Ed Flynn seemed to say otherwise, telling me, quote, it'll be challenging in the next year because of this.
There is much work to be done in District 7.
Councilor Fernandes Anderson says she's moving forward.
Onward with the people's work.
Something we reiterated last night, we'll do it again tonight. No charges have been filed here. And again, a lot of information still to come about what this investigation is really about. Once we have that added info, we'll bring it to you on NBC10Boston.com. Guys, back to you in the studio.
Tania Fernandes Anderson was arrested on federal public corruption charges. These 6 felony charges stem from an alleged kickback scheme that she orchestrated to obtain several $1,000s in taxpayer money in exchange for a bribe she paid to a staffer she gave her a very large bonus. The indictment charges Ms. Fernandes Anderson with 5 counts of wire fraud in violation of Title 18, United States Code 1343, and 1 count of theft concerning programs receiving federal funds in violation of Title 18, United States Code 666. According to the indictment that was returned by a federal grand jury earlier this week, Ms. Fernandes Anderson was facing financial difficulty in 2023. Part of that financial difficulty stemmed from a sanction that was imposed by the State Ethics Commission of $5,000 for Ms. Fernandes Anderson hiring immediate family members in her Boston City Council office. And in around that same time in 2023, Ms. Fernandes Anderson, the grand jury alleges, hatched this scheme to funnel bonus payments, taxpayer money into her own pocket in the tune of approximately $7,000. Specifically, despite the fact that she was under investigation by the State Ethics Commission, Ms. Fernandes Anderson hired another family member on her staff at Boston City Hall to handle constituent services. That staff member was related to her, but Ms. Fernandes Anderson falsely represented to City Hall that there was no familial relationship. That is staff member A in the indictment. Ms. Fernandes Anderson then went on to tell that staff member A that she would give that person a $13,000 bonus. That bonus of $13,000 was more than twice as much as Ms. Fernandes was paying to the rest of her staff combined in bonuses. But that supersized bonus came with a hitch. Ms. Fernandes Anderson told staff member A that she would need to fork over $7,000 in cash back to Ms. Fernandes Anderson. Staff member A agreed. The indictment alleges that after staff member A received the deposit of approximately $10,000 after taxes in her bank account, staff member A was directed to make cash withdrawals. And she did that in the days following the receipt of the money in her bank account. $3,000 on May 31st, 2023, $3,000 on June 5th, 2023, and $4,000 on the afternoon of Friday, June 9th, 2023. And shortly after that last cash withdrawal, Ms. Fernandes Anderson and staff member A texted each other, and they arranged for a meetup in a bathroom in City Hall. That meeting happened in the bathroom around 4 o'clock or so on that Friday. And when they met inside that bathroom, Ms. Fernandes Anderson put $7,000 in cash in her pocket, the grand jury alleges. All of that money was funded by the taxpayers of the city of Boston. When faced with financial hardship and that State Ethics Commission $5,000 sanction, Ms. Fernandes Anderson chose to violate her fiduciary duty and defraud the city of Boston, the indictment alleges, rather than find a legal means to pay off that debt. When her constituents elected Ms. Fernandes Anderson, she had a fundamental obligation to act with the utmost integrity. Public officials who line their pockets with taxpayer money erode the trust and confidence of the public in the officials who serve them. Public service is a privilege, and all of us in public service have a duty to act with integrity and fairness in all that we do. This office, for years, has been committed to rooting out public corruption and will continue to do so. We, alongside with our federal partners from the IRS and the FBI investigate all allegations of public corruption, follow the facts and law where they lead, and we will hold people who abuse their power accountable. I now would like to ask for Assistant Special Agent in charge of the FBI, Steve Kelleher, to share a few comments.
Nice, Josh. Good morning. I'm Steve Kelleher, Assistant Special Agent in charge of FBI Boston. It's like deja vu all over again. Another Boston City Councilor is accused of embracing a culture of cashing in.
So we'll continue with some. This is what I said too. Speaking of deja vu, I'm going to be talking about deja vu, what it really means. Deja vu is known, becoming more known to have more of a spiritual meaning behind it. It has nothing to do with this particularly, because he's just kind of being sarcastic. But I am interested in not only higher learning, but higher in my vibration that I have, and it's been lifted. And y'all can get lifted too, or y'all can chime in and help uplift me too. I never come on here like I know everything. No one will always know everything. What's up, Yeti Black? Seeing you, I thought of you recently. Yeah, so I have this. This is again, this is from Tania Anderson, Fernandes Anderson. She was just arrested yesterday. She didn't want to answer questions, but she's accused of taking money, basically paying a family member money, extra money than she did the other people under her, and then she kept some of it for herself. So this has been big news, and it's going to, I'm sure, get bigger. There's a lot of corruption going on in politics, but specifically with what I'm seeing is honestly just corrupt. The U.S. has been corrupt for a very long time, and it's been through different races. But I am honestly zooming in on Black women in politics because that's who I'm seeing nosedive. That's who I'm seeing getting positions in power and abusing their power. Are there other Black women that are doing good? Sure. And I would like to see some, because I do want to show the good and the bad. But I have to say that I've been watching Tiffany Henyard for maybe a year or so now. She's another one. I want to show an update on her. I collected some information, put it in a video, and I'm going to show in a minute. So it's just saddened because there's a lot of girls, young girls, looking up to women, period, in power, you know, and saying, hey, maybe I could do that or be like that. We look to see how far can we go, which is really limitless. But you got to understand, too, that you're setting our people back in a way because of your skin color, because that's what they base stuff on. We have to get better when we get these positions in power. We can't abuse it. Now, it's all humankind sometimes takes a chance, wants to dabble, maybe steal something, or nobody won't notice this. Nobody won't notice that. And nobody can disagree with what I'm saying, because honestly, the biggest thefts are at work. There's statistics on it. Told you I do statistics, all that data type of stuff on almost everything. The most theft goes on at work. And that's by a lot of people. You steal pens, you steal office supplies and take them home. That's the number one way of theft. What I do is show what I got for Mayor Henyard right here. I always compare her to a cat. I don't know why we do that. I like cats, and it just be funny. It kind of goes with her. So she may get booted off this mayoral thing. I don't think she's going to be mayor again. I don't see how that could happen. But she's been upset because she got removed from, they're removing people from the supervisor ballot. And they put someone on Republican. I'll just go ahead and show it now so that everyone can feel caught up. But it's just strange that, it's also strange too that we're just seeing women of color being taken down when there's a lot of corruption in a lot of places. But we got to deal with the information that we do have current, until we can find more. So I want to just show that. This is from December 5th, just a couple of days ago. And it's with Tiffany Henyard. She's just been getting booted all over the place. So get to that right now. This is my video.
You cannot disrupt anything. You cannot disrupt the meeting. You will be removed from a meeting. So you can stop all that. I don't have to leave. I this, I that. If you do not want to hear it, the door is there.
The order that she has against me clearly states that we can be in the same room in the workplace. So stop that.
Order is you follow up with the police And then the police deal with whatever harassment comes after a restraining order, and then he will be arrested. But what you don't do is not show up to a board meeting. Ma'am, you provided her personal security to her car, so why is she afraid? I have video of you stating, we're gonna, what I did. Produce it, please.
Okay, guys, okay, go ahead, can you finish your statement so we can end this?
No. Please
Okay, guys.
Please let her commit that slander.
Yeah.
The chairperson for this electoral board hearing will be Mayor Henyard. Stated she is not here. She's at another hearing.
Good evening or good afternoon. Thank you.
Not the fair folks are here.
Those that are here, I appreciate.
Just the Forrest Gump soup.
Special board meeting. Unfortunately, as always, there is no quorum. The two trustees did not come. They decided not to come once again. But just so you know, the things that are at stake. Township government is at stake, and they're not telling you that. So I'm tired of the blame game and people not taking responsibility for their action of not doing what they're supposed to do. Next on here, we had the sheriff, which I just spoke to. And another big one is the audit. It was an audit, which was a forensic audit that they voted for. They voted for this. Did y'all know that? The trustees voted to do a forensic audit for Carmen Carlisle and Keith Freeman credit card. And they did not show up to basically now go to the next step, which is to hire the company to do the forensic audit. What are you running from? What are you hiding? You voted to move forward. So if you voted to move forward, let's move forward so we can handle the business. Let's go. This is what we need to do. So that's on the agenda. The last thing, the most important thing, so that we will not no longer be gridlocked, is the vacancy. The appointment for Jerry Jones. You cannot disrupt anything. You cannot disrupt the meeting. You will be removed from a meeting. So you can stop all that. I don't have to leave, I this, I that. If you do not want to hear it, the door is there. How a organized meeting goes.
So the woman that you see right there in the audience, she's having a back and forth kind of squaddle with Mayor Henyard. There's a lot of, she's losing respect of people. I've never seen a mayor have the audience heckle her or him, be disrespectful. She's lost the respect of the people. I do still say, keep order, keep your quorum. You have to stay orderly. Just because that person is out of pocket, prove it and get their butts out of there. That's all. But there's a lot of back and forth during these meetings. I mean, it gets so testy that if you notice at the beginning of my video, they were even talking about gunslaying. They were arguing with somebody there and somebody mentioned something about a gun. These are folks that are in their 60s and up, a lot of them. And they talking about bringing guns to the meeting. Also in Flint, after the passing of Quincy Murphy, who's a council member in Flint, Michigan. So I know you heard of Eric Mays. He passed away. He was a great leader. Quincy Murphy challenged Eric Mays a lot. They're two black men from the Council of Michigan. And he died. And then his family came to a meeting swinging a gun and stuff. It's been crazy. So that's why we need more order and sometimes more security in these places. So this is pretty serious. It's as serious as it gets because you could have bodily harm just going to the meetings. Now they're also making sure you live there or you can't even get into these meetings. We'll continue.
So after the appointment, you will hear us talking about other things. We got other things that's really important, and I'm gonna tell that to the media myself. That way we can clear this room and I can handle my business. Because right now I'm just here to talk to you, to tell you everything that's at stake. And to the news, I have everything here. If you want the documents, I will give you every piece of evidence. So when you report it the correct way. And you don't have any misleading information. Because the people like to just lie and don't tell you their part of what they did as relates to gridlocking government, which I don't appreciate. Residents, I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you for coming out. Mike, KP, if y'all got something to say, you can go to the mic now and make your plea. I know KP is coming to point out.
you have an individual by the name of Kiy NY007 that is continually to post emails from this governing body and making it public to the public. I know that certain things should not go out because it is a confidentiality thing. And Nikita posted today that they wouldn't come to the meeting because there would be a consent vote by email. So it continues to show that there are outsiders in this township that are controlling the trustees. Now, Trustee Gonzalez stood up after the caucus and said, now I can do my job. But when are you going to do your job? He is not here present. We have objections for tomorrow. I wonder, will Mr. Gonzalez be here for the objections to be held for supervisor, trustee, clerk, township, highway commissioner, assessor? I wonder, will he be here tomorrow? So that there will be an electoral board hearing here tomorrow at 10 a.m. So I'm just questioning these things that are going on. Do Ms. Nikita Cloud work for the township? Why is she sending out documentation showing that she represents Thornton Township trustees? When was that vote taken? When was she hired as a media consultant?
Here go Trina.
And also not appoint whatever appointment Tiffany Henyard wants to make. And so it's totally, and so ma'am, you tried from the northwest suburbs to make your comments, but please allow me to make mine. I know
This is the part I was telling y'all about. Listen. Hold on.
Restraining order is you follow up with the police, and then the police deal with whatever harassment comes after a restraining order, and then he will be arrested. But what you don't do is not show up to a board meeting. Ma'am, you provided her personal security to her car, so why is she afraid? I have video of you stating, we're gonna, what I did. Produce it, please.
Okay, guys, okay, go ahead, can you finish your statement so we can end this?
No.
Okay, guys.
Please let her commit that slander.
Yeah.
Let her commit that
Go ahead, finish your
slander.
statement and we're gonna wrap this up.
And so that's a very serious.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank everyone for taking time out that day to come out. We are at a dire situation right now in Thornton Township. The food pantry will not be able to distribute food boxes to the seniors that we deliver to 4 days out of a 5-day week, due to the fact that the bill has not been paid to the suppliers of the food. So I'm expecting today to be the last day that we'll even be able to give our residents the boxes. You have to really understand what's at stake here. I understand politics, I understand people not liking people, but you're here to do a job. If it's something on the agenda that you don't approve of, you can simply vote no. To say you're not coming to meetings because the agenda is not one way, that's really not how government works. You have the opportunity to vote no. If this 5-member board doesn't have 3 affirmative votes, nothing can pass anyway. So they can easily stop whatever they don't want to address. It's obvious that they don't want to address the actual topic and vote no to a topic because they have the ability to do that. I think
You out of order. Don't go back and forth. Just make your statement.
Please let me do that and her viewers. The order that she has against me clearly states that we can be in the same room in a workplace. So stop that. Y'all call people out their name every day. So I'm gonna go.
Okay, well, ma'am, you out of order. Just finish your thing so we can finish. Finish your, do that outside. Go
I
ahead.
did that for her viewers.
Go ahead.
The order clearly states that she can come here.
All right, finish, KP.
So you're a distractor. That's all you are.
Yes.
So I'm gonna stay focused like I asked you to do. This is shameful. It's shameful that people would jeopardize not only residents of Thornton Township's ability and needs to have food, But maybe even worse than that. When we don't have this insurance, basically after today, and the seniors that depend on the transportation department, Tony left, for them to get to dialysis, some things are more important than politics and personal vendettas. So with the news, I really hope you all take this information, because just like everything they're putting out on the news, you all don't give us the opportunity to counter it and prove through emails the facts. We have.
And Mr. he said you motioned that you held up your phone.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My attorney, Max Solomon, is on the phone. He's on speaker.
All right, so that's more of the back and forth. There's a restraint order that was put out against the man that we just saw standing there. I'm gonna pull him right back up. The big hamburglar here. He's a ride or die for Tiffany Henyard, who is the supervisor of Dalton County and also the mayor, self-proclaimed super mayor. He's riding her ass. That's all he's doing. So he must be probably getting paid off nicely. He is the director of food services for the poor, like food pantries and things like that. Now, there's someone there at the meeting that has a restraining order against him. So they're going back and forth about stuff. He said, no, we can be, so far feet away from each other. But he said, we can be in the same place. So stop it. So they had a back and forth going on about that. So there's a lot of police reports that have been accumulated against members, residents. And so there's just a lot. I even looked up his name. I believe it had to have been him. He filed for bankruptcy some years ago, which I see common. There's other Henyard family members, all applied for bankruptcy, including Tiffany Henyard. I also going to keep looking because it looks like she's changing her name with her other previous court cases, but I'm on it and I will find out if that's her. If it is, I'm going to show it all. What we can't have is so much corruption. Whether I'm in Chicago right now or not, Illinois or not, doesn't matter. A lot of these things have an effect on all of us because we are all taxpayers, right? For the most part. So these aren't just isolated things. It does affect a lot of us, but she's been going down quickly. So I wanted to touch on that and then she was backing Kamala when they were running. She was like, yeah, Kamala, I'm all about women. Da, 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 da. The next thing you know, she's like, oh yeah, Trump won. So yeah, I'm gonna win just like him. So she's a ride waver. Like whatever wave is going on, she's gonna like ride that wave. So that's what I'm seeing from her too. So we got that. There was a couple of things. Speaking of Trump, I showed a little bit of Angela Stanton King on the last one. That did pretty good. Want to show just a little bit from her on Revolt when she speaks on her relationship with Donald Trump. Now, this is from a year ago. She's no longer Republican. She's an independent, but she started out more like Democratic. So people change their parties. With me, I don't want to be a party. Like if we had a party, y'all wouldn't be invited, or we wouldn't even be invited to each other's parties because we are all very independent thinkers. We all also have a lot of the same goals that we wish to achieve. So we have to figure out ways that we can still form together, but not feel like a gang, a cult, a group. We're just a group, but not a cult, not all these names that you have to give. If you're not voting Republican, you're not a Republican. Or if you want to vote Republican, you get in trouble because you're supposed to be a Black Democrat. It's like, no. And that's why I got attacked heavily on my last live stream, because ignorant people came in. And it was interesting to me that YouTube allowed so much filtering in of white supremacist people. So they were on my last live stream, which I did last Thursday, a couple of days ago. And I let it be known I'm going to be right back on here Saturday. And I do Sundays and Wednesdays for anyone interested. Shout out to my new subscribers. And again, shout out to the one person, the one I saw, and one Black man that came through. And, he said, well, she dropped the link, so I leave open conversation. I have a link. I have an extra business line, all that. So I encourage other people's voices as well on my channel. All right. So I'm going to play this. This is Angela Stanton King on prison, being pardoned by Trump.
I had the right to tell my story freely. After that, I got a reality show from Queen Latifah. I was on BET, season 3 of From the Bottom Up.
Oh, let me also mention, she's not talking about it just yet. I want to also mention that she is very political. She's independent now. She ran with Trump. She has I'm going to stop saying controversial, because speaking the truth isn't controversy. She speaks the truth on a lot of things. Some may feel it's her truth. She's very outspoken, but she's been through a lot of things. She served time in prison. She has 4 children. Wow, I'll let her tell her story. I just want to brief y'all so you know who Angela Stanton King is if you don't already know.
And how bad I wanted to get out. And I wouldn't care if you had to just pray about it. Building myself back up. So I ended up releasing my book, Lies of a Real Housewife, which made me a 3 times national best-selling author. And I ended up getting sued by Phaedra for $30 million for releasing the book. We went to court for 4 years. I found an attorney that took my case pro bono, and I eventually won that case and had the right to tell my story freely. After that, I got a reality show from Queen Latifah. I was on BET, season 3 of From the Bottom Up. And then from there, I got a call from my godmother, and she's like, I want you to go talk to President Trump. I'm like, I ain't going to talk to Trump. I'm like, he hate black people. Why you want to send me? And I was one of them situations where I owed this lady my life. Why am I going to talk to Trump? And she's like, because he's working on criminal justice reform. And I'm like, but mom, and she's like, well, Angela, just pray about it. So then I had to think back to when I was in prison and how bad I wanted to get out. And I wouldn't care if you had to go speak to Satan himself to free me. You better go handle your business. So I got out of my feelings and I went in and I met this man. And not only did he hear what I had to say, you know, I was very instrumental in helping him pass the First Step Act, which freed a lot of our brothers and sisters and sent a lot of our people home. And then he also made it illegal for them to chain women to the bed during childbirth. I then ended up getting a full and unconditional pardon for myself, ran for office here in our community. I ran against John Lewis. But the problem was I was a black Republican that supported Trump. So they completely overlooked the fact that I was right here from Atlanta, from the hood, a part of the history, right? Had done the work. It was the fact that I was registered as a black Republican and Trump had endorsed my campaign.
Could you be a...
So that was from Angela Stanton King on the good relationship that she's had with our president-elect Donald Trump. And she was a black Republican then. And yeah, and there actually are a lot of black Republicans. So when race comes up, it just hinders people like myself from just shouting like, yes, I'm voting Republican. You know, we know that there's the do's and don'ts. There's good and bad that we see with all political parties. But for some reason, Republicans tend to be more on the side of things that back white power, certain white people in positions of power that don't show any courtesy and actually just a flat out dislike and or hate towards non-white people. So that's where we stand with this void where we're like, dang, I rock with Trump somewhat. He just got to get rid of his racial people. I like what Trump be saying sometimes, but then when he says this, it's like, what? So we went through a lot of this with Kamala. If black people voted for Kamala, she would have won. So when people come on here and they say things like what was said to me in the last stream, and I don't really care, but they said Trump won, get over it. And I'm like, you're an idiot. I never said anything bad about Trump winning. So whatever. So the point I'm making is if we wanted Kamala in as president, she would be in. There, enough said. Anyone new? Again, I'm Kiy NY is the channel, Kiy NY007. Talk about different things here. Sundays are going to be more of an intimate feel, things to do with our spiritual or energy that we have in our bodies. Call it what you want. We all have the same inside. So it's just a higher level of thinking and speaking that I'm going to have on tomorrow and that I bring weekly here on my channel. So hopefully you're interested in that. I don't really push people for their religion things. You can push people away if you push. I don't push. I just invite you. I invite you to look at things the way I'm looking too. And if you have another view, show me your view so I could pick up on that too. Somebody in the chat from RBR University, good to see you. You brought up something. Let me see what you wrote. I've seen you in here times before. You put, we just elected 2 Black female senators from Maryland and I think Illinois. We're electing fewer Black American, I think that's what it says, people in government office. What? Most BL politicians, I think you're saying Black politicians, are coming from the islands in Africa. Wow. Let me pull that up there so I can see it. Does it go on the screen when I do that? Or all right, so I'm on different software right now. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Because when you go for political office, you usually have to be, you have to be a resident in America. And usually when you're born and raised in America, it's most feasible as a choice. But hey, maybe they are looking into Africa and some places on the islands. What else did you put in there? I'm just strolling through the comments. You asked, can we say, check me out in the picture. I usually don't have the pics up. But when I got with this app, I put the picture in. I was like, I like it. I'm going to put that up there. My picture. You said, can we say the same thing about the Chicago and New York mayors? Both seem to have lost respect. Absolutely. Honestly, Mayor Eric Adams of New York, he never had my respect. Now, I wouldn't disrespect him in a conversation like the Black woman did to him on Breakfast Club, if you haven't seen that already. He flip-flops too much, I could say. He comes from the police department, and he's supposed to cut down on corruption, and now he's involved possibly in corruption. His whole team damn near is gone. So he's the reason we have such an issue with mass illegal immigrants in New York, and particularly New York City. He is the reason, I could go on, but he even invited the youth to come down to the subways to help people with mental health problems. I'm like, why would you send kids, children, young people down somewhere where there could be dangerous? He don't know what to say. Well, he the mayor in New York, he the mayor in New York. So whatever. And the mayor of Illinois, who you mentioned, I forgot his name. I could look him up real quick. Yeah, they're tired of him. So I know when this election comes up, it's going to be interesting. It's another Black man. I'm trying to think of his name though, y'all. He's actually mayor of, like you said, Chicago, right? Okay. Brandon Johnson. Yeah, a lot of people really don't like him. I'm going to look into him some more too, because I just been getting just the top of the iceberg on information on him. Actually, I'll go to the tab where I'm sharing. I can share this info on here as well. I'm really speaking. Yeah, so I honestly don't know a whole lot about the man. I'm hearing just not good things, aren't good. So I'm like, uh-oh. So that's Brandon Johnson. Yeah, they're really not feeling him. He's currently serving as the 57th mayor of Chicago. And he just came right after Lori Lightfoot, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Lori Lightfoot. I would like to speak with her. I emailed her 2 years ago. I'm going to try it again, y'all. And when I call them, I'm going to record the conversation too. Because these people say, hey, grassroots people, anybody, I'll come talk to y'all. Well, come talk to me. I reach out. And so y'all can hear the conversation either pre-recorded or we could do it live, whatever they want to do. I'm ready. I'm always ready. So, yeah, so there he go. So yeah, it's been rough. It's rough because, like I said in the beginning, it's like we're taking a kick as melanated people because we barely have had melanated people as mayor. So now we're getting more, and it's impressive, right? You're hearing about Black women getting educations, and the education levels are going up, and it's impressive. But not when now you're getting arrested. You losing respect. You're mishandling taxpayers' money. No one's going to back you with that. And it only will be a matter of time that the government comes and steps in. You'll be stripped of your title, and or you're going to be up in the prison somewhere. You can't do it no other way. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. But going back to New York too, I wanted to speak on the UnitedHealth CEO that was murdered in Manhattan, New York, this week. Let me get right to him. They were finding out a little more. They got the backpack. I believe it was just yesterday. There was a suspect that was caught caught on camera. And they were talking about that. And then I also saw footage of him to where he knows where all the e-bikes are. And he sounds like he's one of those guys that has inside information and can hack into systems possibly to find out more information than the average person publicly would know. Let me go right to that because that did happen right in New York. And wait a minute, where is it at? Why am I not? It's right here. So why is it not coming up? Okay. I'll find it on another tab. It's kind of annoying because you want to move quickly on here. Folks and their short attention spans. It's crazy. I'm about to say, I'm just going to go. So, what I wanted to say about that too with, let me just go to the page, and then what I'll do is just give a briefing, and then we can continue on from there. Because I have issues with the way they described the man. First off, they described him as if he was a black man that did it. First off, so I don't know if y'all caught that, but that's what's happened. I watched it from the very beginning. They described him as a light-skinned male, and I could have swore there was a social media platform that said he was black. But until I find it, I'm just going to go with light skin because we can find that. Over the past couple of days ago, rather, I was trying to find it. And then I saw someone speak on it. And I believe it was a Dr. Rashad Ritchie that brought it up on the Young Turks. Yeah. You could clearly see he was a white male. Definitely wasn't black, whoever he is, right? So it's just strange. And now they're saying like, oh, they didn't know, all this other stuff. So they have a lot of clarifications that they need to do. And we don't need more stuff put on people. We just don't. Say who it was, describe the person the best you can, and be careful as you're describing people.
An urgent manhunt growing wider.
We also have reason to believe that the person in question has left New York City.
The NYPD police commissioner saying on CNN that this man, a person of interest in the killing of UnitedHealth CEO Brian Thompson, may have fled the city. The update comes after an extensive video canvas, the chief of detectives says, that shows the suspect leaving the Hilton Hotel after the shooting, getting on a bike and riding into Central Park, then riding out of the park at 77th Street before he's seen walking on 86th.
From there, we have him in a taxi cab, and the taxi cab takes him up to 178th Street and Broadway, which, as we know, is a Port Authority bus center.
Where he went next remains a question.
We have video of him entering the Port Authority bus terminal. We don't have any video of him exiting, so we believe he may have gotten on a bus. It's a very busy bus terminal. We want to make sure we have the right bus.
But investigators uncovering a potentially crucial piece of evidence after scouring Central Park from above and on foot. A gray backpack that may have been carried by the suspected shooter, two senior law enforcement officials tell NBC News. That bag now headed to a lab where they say it will be inspected for fingerprints and DNA and then opened. And overnight, new information. Investigators are looking into whether the gunman used a larger firearm known as a veterinary gun, used on farms and ranches without causing a loud noise. As the search enters a fourth day, police have not given.
All right, that part was just a little outdated. We already know he used a silencer on his firearm when he shot. Also, they keep saying UnitedHealth CEO. There's multiple CEOs. There's not just one, because as soon as he was killed, I looked them up and there was multiple CEOs. So he's one of the CEOs that was murdered. And ever since he was murdered, the following day, people have been affected by their health insurance. They are not allowing as much anesthesia given when you go under, when you have surgery done, some kind of procedure. So it's interesting that as soon as this man was killed, it's affecting certain insurance companies with how they're treating patients, and they're giving less benefits out right now as I speak. Wow. Oh, my bad. I figured I was on mute. I was muted. Hungry, so I got my salad, some avocado and stuff going on. Yeah, there's been a come on with that horn or whoever's doing that. So yeah, so it seems to have an effect on turn my camera back off on the healthcare industry too as a whole. So we'll see. There's going to be changes. We know Trump is adding changes, Social Security, possibly insurance too, like Medicare, Medicaid. But now with the CEO pass, a lot of people don't get the connection with that and the changes that's been going on with health insurance. So if I could find which specific health insurance, I can tell y'all which one is given less benefits now. For I haven't been able to type too well today either. Now I gotta know how to spell anesthesia. Hang on a second. Lost and waste. All right. CMS finalizes deep cuts into Medicare payments. 2024 anesthesia conversation. All right, so I'm going to take you to the American Society of Anesthesiologists. It's where the medical people hang out and people that need medical care. CMS finalizes deep cuts to Medicare payments in 2024. They're saying back last year, November 2nd, the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that right now. 2024 anesthesia conversation will be. So there was already a decrease by a little over 3% for anesthesia. Unfortunately, they finalized it. Well, anyway, now that he passed, there's even less. So you'll have to pay out of pocket for extended use of anesthesia. Maybe you need more anesthesia after a procedure for a little bit, possibly during. So it depends on how long the procedure is that you're getting for your body. So there's people on TikTok making jokes about it, like they wake them up and tell them, hey, we can't give you no more anesthesia unless you're going to pay for it and stuff like that, which is pretty crazy to think that, experiencing this type of stuff in America. But guess that's just where it is right now. There was something else. Oh, what I could do is do I want to do a preview of what's to come for tomorrow. So anyone interested can come on through for some of the conversation. Switching topics a bit. So basically, the issue with hold on a minute. Let me go to my playlist because I had the stuff already ready anyway. I've been looking at Christmas different for some years now. And I used to feel like when people say, no, Christmas, that's not the right day, you're going about Christmas wrong, I used to think they were just mean and just like, all right, well, that's you. But there's a lot of information that shows that Jesus Christ was not born on the December, not even that month at all. And then the gift giving, and I see it as just pagan the way they show these things, because it's like it's a way to get people to spend money. You know that people are going to spend, so they just sit back and wait for it. And it's an end of the year rush for money to come in, particularly America and wherever else they want to do it, but particularly America. So we got that going on. Saturday, Sunday. Where's my Sunday one at? Okay. So I had some stuff in mind. What is going on there? Oh, that ain't even the right one. My bad, y'all. All right. Like I said earlier in this, I'm going to speak on Billy Carson, who's very well known. He speaks about like hieroglyphics. He speaks on hidden ancient writings, and he breaks it down to us, and basically wants to show the right and wrong with what we think or may have believed all this time. And it has to do with astronomy, which I'm very into. You see there the planets and space, things like that. So I want to just show just a piece of this video. Who's this done by? I've honestly never heard of him, but if it seems like it's great content for the mind, I'm all in. This is called, what is it? What Do You Meme? All right. Billy Carson loses career, ending debate to Christian. So I'm just at least give a preview real quick. They discuss whether Jesus had a wife or not, and certain other things. I'm going to get to that. I saw some of which I was saying. Oh, there's no audio? Damn, my bad. Here we go with that again. All right, y'all can hear me at least for right now? Yeah, I haven't seen Deacon over here. He came under one of my videos about Little Woody. That was it. So he likes hanging with the same oppressors and all of them. I guess that's what he want to do. That's fine. But I appreciate y'all coming through for the truth. And I also invite y'all to share y'all truth. So there's no echo chamber here. Oh, moving forward, I just wanted to show just a little piece of that. Hold on. All right, still no audio. Great. They're going to discuss Kodak analysis. I'll try it one more time. And I'm going to do an audio test.
No such thing as the Sinai Bible, apart from a title that someone on Amazon gave it for a copy of it that they were selling. But that book only contains the Codex Sinaiticus, which is really bad news for Billy, because as Wes makes very clear.
So I work with manuscripts in my linguistic work. I'm an expert on early Christian scribal culture, and particularly in Greek and Coptic manuscripts. I actually have a facsimile. So I have a photocopy that was done by the British Library of Codex Sinaiticus that I work with in my office. So I have it here. And the Codex Sinaiticus in particular is just a Greek, it's a 4th century Greek manuscript. It comes from approximately between 325 and 350 AD. And its text of the Gospels reads almost identical to the modern Greek text that we develop translations from.
Yikes. So Wes actually has the manuscript that Billy's referring to in his office, and he studies this for a living. But even more devastating,
when you say that it denies the crucifixion or that the crucifixion is there, I mean, I can go on right now, Codex Sinaiticus, and I can look up the end of, say, Matthew 27, where it has Jesus being crucified. And that's in Codex Sinaiticus, or, the John 19. Or any of the other ones. So actually, are you able to pull up a website with the viewers or listeners or whatever be able to see that?
Right now to make sure I have the right the version that I'm looking at.
All right. Now, if it isn't clear by now, this is devastating for Billy's credibility. Billy has ran with this claim for years until Wes decides to ask Billy to pull it up online so that way they can verify it together. And then Billy says that he wants to make sure he has the right version. But I'm not even sure what he means by right version, because there's only one version, the one that Billy has referred to countless times over the last few years. And by the way, you don't have to take Wes's word for it. You can go to codexsinaiticus.org right now to view it yourself. And if you do, you'll find that it's virtually exact to the Bible that we have today, which is why you won't find a single scholar on the planet that agrees with Billy or has any idea what he's talking about here. So now that Billy is really in the hot seat, let's hear how he responds.
On the text where I was referencing, actually, I misquoted there. It's the Gospel of Barnabas.
Okay, now, let's be charitable. So it is certainly possible that he could have misquoted the reference. The only problem is this isn't the first time that he said this, and he even said it at the beginning of the debate.
In my videos, and if you listen to the podcast, the statement is according to the Sinai Bible, Jesus wasn't crucified in that Bible.
All right, so that's a snippet of what I got coming up for tomorrow. Also, the fact that it seems as though we've had Christmas all wrong all along. So there's Apostle Pastor Gino Jennings speaking on the truth of God, the truth of the Holy Bible. And he does a lot of breaking down of things that maybe we always thought were. And his efforts are to get us the right way. And getting there sounds controversial, like everybody uses that word, but the truth is the truth. So I want to just show a little bit of that, and so you know what to expect for tomorrow. So this has to do with our energy, spirituality, and science. So either way, you could act like you don't like religion or act like you don't like science. It doesn't matter what you like and don't like. It's what is the truth. And the truth gonna set your ass free. So, I have something for everybody. If someone doesn't agree, that's just you wanting to just not go along with enlightening yourself. That's all. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Yo, YouTube been a mother lately, man. Like this audio, can't talk to them, but you just keep coming on here putting in that work. They already be hindering me from success, from monetization, and everything else. Let's at least get the audio right. You're not gonna stop the truth, and you're not gonna stop people from seeking it. Let me see. I'm gonna remove it, and then I'm gonna add it right back in so that we can get this preview going. Damn. I mean, come on.
Pull that out. Pull that out and put it to the front there. Just pull it out. Slide it on out, brother. Slide it out. Slide it right there. Right there. Just right there is good enough.
My Lord.
This is in some of y'all church.
That's right.
Thank God for television. This is in some of y'all church. This is in some of y'all homes.
That's right.
Now, your pastor is telling you Jesus' birthday is coming on the 25th.
Amen.
Your pastor is a liar. The Bible ain't never said Jesus was born December 25th. Not only is your pastor a liar, your mama.
That's right.
You talk about my mama? Your mama.
Amen.
Your daddy. Children, There is no Santa Claus. Your mama or your daddy bought them presents. There is no Santa Claus. There ain't no man 400 and 500 pounds coming down your chimney and live and talk about it. Not today. Stop lying. This is heathenism.
Heathenism.
This is paganism.
That's right.
This ain't got nothing to do with God.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Amen.
10th chapter, book of Jeremiah, real quick. Let me read it.
Jeremiah 10, we'll start at verse 1.
Come on, son.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Hear ye the word of the Lord that's coming to you now, Dover, Delaware, and the world.
Thus saith the Lord.
Thus saith Geno Jennings.
Thus saith the Lord.
You hear this now? You've got to be a hypocrite to go back to your church tomorrow. You got to be a child of hell.
That's
when
right.
you go back home tonight, when you look at when you drive up to your house and see it all lit up, and the people, you's a heathen.
That's a heathen.
Apostle Geno Jennings speaks on how people use the church for money and it's inappropriate. He calls out a lot of things, LGBTQ, AI, whatever, and just wrongs that he feels, well, that he shows in the Holy Bible. He has a different approach to things, but he comes with it and he comes real hard with it. So I wanted to elaborate on some of that on tomorrow for Sunday. And yeah, so yeah, that's what we got for that. The other thing I put in the title was blood types. So I guess I better speak on that before I go. With blood types, I've been studying some of that and things to do with rare blood types, particularly. And where do they come from? Why is it so hard to figure out where they come from? It's something that isn't talked about much, but it is very interesting. It's something everyone should know. If you're a human and you have blood in you, a lot of beings have blood in them, right? So I wanted to just show a little bit of that. And any negative blood is rare, but the rarest is O negative. Also, negative blood has been compared to early gods. Negative blood seems to have a connection with non-human beings, and they're dating back to ancient times. So much, let me go back. So much as far as before humans were even here. There's people that believe there were Anukes, there were other giants that roamed the planet Earth, and they're feeling like that's where some of this rare blood has to come from. They can't figure it out coming from any other source. So those of you that have rare blood, consider yourself extra special. And I know my blood type, I have an interesting blood type too. And I was told that when I was a little girl and by nurse, by the medical staff, all that. But as I'm growing and reaching for more knowledge and such, I'm finding out more and more things that are just so interesting, and I want to share them with y'all.
It is the presence or absence of Most of us already know our blood type, whether it's A, B, AB, or O, and whether it's positive or negative. But did you know that there is a blood type so rare that only 43 people on Earth have ever been reported to have it? This blood group is known as Rh null, and scientists are calling it the golden blood type. Things would be straightforward if we all had the same blood type, but we don't. On the surface of every one of our blood cells, we have hundreds of antigens, which are the molecules that are capable of triggering the production of specialized proteins called antibodies. It is the presence or absence of particular antigens that determines someone's blood type. For example, you may have AB blood in the ABO blood group system, be Rh positive in the Rh system, as well as being K positive in the Kel system, and so on. Of the 32 blood group systems, the Rh system is the largest, containing 61 antigens. Interestingly, 99.999994% of people in the world have blood with Rh antigens on their red blood cells. But, as the name implies, the Rh null blood type is completely missing these Rh blood group antigens, which makes it the rarest blood type in the world. Rh null blood was first found in 1961 in an Australian woman. Until then, doctors had assumed that an embryo missing all Rh blood cell antigens would not survive, let alone grow into a normal, thriving adult. But by 2010, nearly 5 decades later, some 43 people with Rh null blood had been reported worldwide. You might think these 43 people are very lucky, but that couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, because Rh null blood is so rare, it is also extremely dangerous to live with. Blood groups are inherited, and Rh null is known to run in families. But when researchers tried to find the genetic basis of this golden blood type in one of the subjects, they found that Rh null blood was due to 2 completely different random mutations on pure chance, which is one reason why this blood type is so rare. Your immune system naturally contains antibodies, which help to fight off any foreign material that your immune system doesn't recognize, such as viruses and bacteria.
All right. I think it could be somewhat of a gift when you have rare blood types. I wouldn't knock it. It's just if you need a transfusion and you have a rare blood type, you can only receive it from your blood type, like the O negative, I believe O positive. You have your A, your B, your AB blood types. We all have one of these. Also, when you have a universal one like O positive, you can donate blood to anyone, any one of these blood types. So there's differences, but then there's codes to be cracked with a lot of things in life, and this is one of them, which is our blood types. So I want to share some of this that got into recently. It's called Cracking the Code, Rh negative blood secrets and spiritual insights revealed.
Explore a topic that has fascinated researchers and conspiracy theorists alike: Rh negative blood. Some see it as a blessing, attributing unique traits and abilities to individuals with this blood type. Others perceive it as a curse, associated with health problems or social marginalization. However, for many, Rh negative blood represents something even more extraordinary, a mystery waiting to be revealed. Its rarity and enigmatic qualities invite speculation about ancient origins, extraterrestrial connections, and the very essence of human identity. Including the point of view of Dolores Cannon's pioneering work. Whether seen as a gift, a burden, or a cosmic enigma, Rh negative blood continues to intrigue and inspire curiosity, pushing us to explore the depths of human biology and the mysteries of our universe. What is Rh negative blood? To grasp the significance of Rh negative blood, it's essential to delve into its fundamental nature. Rh negative blood, quite simply, lacks the rhesus factor, a protein present on the surface of red blood cells. In contrast to the majority of the population who possess Rh positive blood, those with Rh negative blood do not carry this specific antigen. Rh negative blood is relatively rare, comprising approximately 15% of the global population. While this percentage may seem small, its implications are vast, sparking intrigue and speculation among scientists, researchers, and conspiracy theorists alike. The absence of the rhesus factor distinguishes Rh negative blood from its positive counterpart in more ways than one. Some studies suggest that individuals with Rh negative blood may experience certain health benefits and challenges unique to their blood type. For instance, they may exhibit increased resistance to certain infectious diseases, such as malaria, while potentially facing a higher risk of autoimmune disorders. Beyond its physiological implications, Rh negative blood has also captured the imagination of those who delve into the realms of mythology, ancient history, and extraterrestrial theories. Some proponents of alternative narratives propose that Rh negative blood may signify a lineage with origins beyond Earth, a notion that has fueled speculation about ancient astronaut theories and the existence of hybrid human-alien bloodlines. The rarity of Rh negative blood has led to its association with mystery, mysticism, and even a sense of otherness. Some individuals with Rh negative blood report feeling a profound sense of connection to the unknown or experiencing heightened intuitive abilities, a phenomenon that has only deepened the intrigue surrounding this blood type.
So that's some deep stuff right there. I'm going to stop there, but from time to time, I will be tapping into blood types, our blood types, and then other secrets, I think, that have been held back from us, and we're going to discuss. All right. So yeah, I have that coming up. Yeah, at some point. Oh yeah, I just read some of the chat. I'm getting used to functioning this on a PC, so I'm on a mobile and I'm kind of back and forth right now. So yeah, that's interesting. I didn't realize he had a debate with Dr. Umar. I didn't think he actually spoke to him, but okay, I have to check that out. Yeah, I have some footage too that I'll pull up from RBR Network. Some debates, a little bit of stuff, not a whole lot, because they got something wicked going on with his channel since he's been deceased. So, at least some of the videos that I had partaken in, I can show that because they're pretty interesting. I had a back and forth with someone that's known as a racist over there, JB Gunner, and some others. I don't look at him as a racist though. So, there's different vibes, different feelings that you can get from people. And I go off of that, not just what they say or portray. But anyway, that was an interesting conversation. We even talked about blood type there on the panel, sickle cell anemia, and the black people having most, and why, who got this and what white people got with it. So we had a back and forth with that. But we did have a decent overall conversation, so that was good. Yeah, so I think that'll just wrap things up. I hit an hour and 20 minutes. Wow. Try to get through stuff fast and just hit y'all with the information, throw it in there, and I do read the chat. So yeah, and if no one else has anything else to say or add, I'll close it right on up and go ahead and do what I need to do and eat. And yeah, that'll be that. I'll probably end up popping back on at some point. Like I said, for tomorrow, I have my Sundays that I do. Sundays and Wednesdays, if you're interested. Those are definite days that I come on. Yeah. Community energies, sexuality, and astros. How do I keep forgetting astros? Astros is astronomy and astrology, and I just call them astros. And I go over some of that discussion here too. So again, I'm Kiy NY. Look like I got a couple more subscribers. So people tend to be real quiet. These live streams go up and down. 1 minute I got hundreds of people in here. The next less than 10. So some of that may have to do with the title, the way I write the titles and stuff like that. So I'm working on that too. Because I know there's other entities that try to keep people back, but the stronger entity I belong to and will always win. So, all right. Thank y'all for coming out. Appreciate it. Appreciate those that participate. That's how you can help support the channel. Otherwise, there's PayPal and there is Cash App. Cash App is my name, Kiy NY007. For anyone interested, I will have it in the description. Sometimes with my videos, like I think it's in this one. And yeah, so if you're interested in further support, but I do really appreciate how y'all come and participate in the chat room. My channel needs to do better with comments. People don't tend to leave comments much. It's got to be something super controversial. That's the only reason that way I could get lazy. Otherwise, it's a lot of lazy people on YouTube, to be honest. And your minds are offset. But I'm gonna keep doing my thing here, do it right, and it'll work out. So it's all good. Again, thanks for coming through, and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day or night. I'm Kiy NY007. Peace.
You asking my black butt, am I okay? If your white butt okay. Sit your $5 ass down.
look at that white goat. Oh, they are so huge. Oh, there's a black one.
Black one?
Because I'm black?